without a video.
No video?
No video.
No video.
No video.
I have video of my speech. Is there no video?
Not tonight. Technical difficulties. Anybody have reading glasses?
Well, you were worried.
I'm always worried.
Do you mind if I mark out part of my speech?
I got reading glasses.
I'm still doing the intros.
Okay, so will there be students speaking?
No.
Okay. So I need to, because I said
Yeah,
this
I don't
right
have a
here.
pen. Yep, just mark that out.
Okay. Can I bring this up?
Yeah.
And it was funny.
Yeah. At this time, I will ask Ms. Ball to introduce everyone.
I haven't seen the video. So
And then I'll bring it. Okay?
Did that speech you have to go in that back?
I just brought
Oh, okay. I was going to say. When I had to turn it in and I see it in, I'm like, okay. See, I'm trusting you. That'll build you up. That's what I'm saying. Good teaching, night instructor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our superintendent, Mr. Richard Autry, and Rockdale County Public Schools, I'd like to welcome you to the 16th Annual Teacher of the Year celebration. I'm Cindy Ball, Executive Director of Community Relations, and I would like to thank you for joining us on this wonderful occasion to celebrate the best that teaching has to offer. Tonight, we are honoring outstanding educators. These are the educators who have gone above and beyond the call of duty to set an example for others and for their students. As I begin, I would like to introduce you to the members of our Board of Education and Superintendent's Cabinet. If you will please stand when I call your name. Our board chairman, Mr. Wales Barksdale, is on stage with me. Vice Chair Jean Yantz, Darlene Hotchkiss, Katrina Young, and they're all in the back. Brad Smith, and Jim McBrayer. Our superintendent's cabinet members here with us tonight, our Chief Academic Officer, Leslie DeMarco, our Assistant Superintendent for School Improvement, Mr. Gene Baker, our Chief Financial Officer, Lee Davis, our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Phil Budenseek, and our Executive Director for Support Services, Dr. Garrett Brundage. Also joining us this evening are many friends, family, business leaders, community representatives, and sponsors. Thank you for your attendance and for your ongoing support of our schools and our school system. Now, if you will please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Marine Corps Junior ROTC from Salem High School, led by Master Sergeant Robert Crenshaw, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with Thank you. Please be seated. We apologize for our technical difficulties and thank you for your patience. At this time, I would like to ask any former teachers of the year to please stand. I see a few out there. These distinguished teachers are listed in your program this evening and certainly deserve our appreciation. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our Teachers of the Year. Amanda Baskett, Rockdale Magnet School for Science and Technology. Amanda is in her 6th year teaching and currently teaches research and microbiology. She enjoys painting, interior decorating, and ping pong in her spare time. She and her high school sweetheart, Kenny, just celebrated their 5th anniversary. Amanda is now teaching in the same location of her kindergarten class, although she says it has been renovated and looks very different now. One of her most rewarding experiences is when she received a phone call from a former student seeking her advice. The college student had a choice to study abroad or go to graduate school early. Amanda says, "She was part of my very first class as a teacher. I was excited that she had such great options and touched that she desired my counsel." And if you all will hold your applause till we get all of our honorees out here. Julie D. Feliz, Barksdale Elementary School. Julie started teaching back in 2006 for Rockdale County, and she has taught here for 7 years altogether. She currently teaches 1st grade and is working on her doctorate degree in the area of teacher leadership at Walden University. She values learning and believes that a teacher is someone who is a lifelong learner. Julie loves spending quality time with family at the beach. She and her husband, Gregory, of almost 9 years, have 2 beautiful children, Giovanni and Adriana. She also has a passion for technology, and she is always looking for innovative ways to incorporate it into her teaching. Teamwork and dedication are also essential elements to ensure student success in the classroom. James Dinsmore, Rockdale Career Academy. James has been teaching for 22 years and has been teaching broadcast video production at RCA since it opened. He has taken competitors to the Skills USA National Convention for 4 consecutive years and was selected to serve on the Governor's Educational Advisory Committee this year. He enjoys playing golf, going to the movies, and watching football in addition to filming games, producing videos, editing film, and recording bands. He and his wife, Natalia, who is also a teacher, have been married for 22 years. They have a daughter in college, a son who is the drum major for the band at Heritage, and another son who attends Conyers Middle School. He says, go Conyers, without question, the most rewarding experience is having students go on to careers in the film or TV industries and keeping in touch. Mandy Flakes, Pine Street Elementary School. Mandy has been teaching for 6 years. She has been at Pine Street for 5 of those years and currently teaches 4th grade. In her spare time, she loves shopping, bike riding, and cooking. She and her husband have an 11-year-old daughter, Jasmine. She says to date, the most rewarding experience in her teaching career is being chosen by her colleagues as the Teacher of the Year at Pine Street Elementary, after having taught only 6 years. She says this has been a totally unexpected honor. Bernice Grizzle, Hightower Trail Elementary. Bernice has been teaching all 12 years of her career at Hightower and has been an early intervention specialist for about 4 years. In her spare time, she enjoys reading and exercising. She has a son in high school, a son in middle school, and a daughter in elementary school. She describes her most rewarding experience when a unique student who she connected with early in her career, who was not a top performer, invited her to a special ceremony years later. The student was graduating in the top 10% of her class and acknowledged the impact she had on her life. She says, "It was better than any degree, any trophy, or administrative reward. That moment is the moment that I live for as a teacher." Stacy Hicks, Peaks Chapel Elementary. Stacy has been teaching for 17 years and currently teaches 5th grade language arts with social studies integration. In her spare time, she enjoys spending time with her family and reading a variety of books. She and her husband have an 8-year-old son who also loves learning. She says, "Knowing that I have touched a child's life in a positive way is a rewarding experience. Receiving a student that could not read or with limited literacy skills, and knowing that I was able to assist that child in being able to read by the time he or she left me at the end of the school year is also rewarding." She says it's the most rewarding when many of her students from previous years still contact her just to say, "Thank you for not giving up on me," or "I wouldn't be where I am today if it had not been for you." Cynthia Hurst, Flat Shoals Elementary. Cynthia currently teaches 5th grade, but began her 20-year teaching career as a short-term missionary in El Salvador and spent 8 years teaching in California. She enjoys traveling with her husband and is involved in church-related activities. She has 2 stepchildren and 3 young grandchildren. She recalls one of her greatest memories is that of a student from India who entered her class able to speak only a word or two of English. She tutored this student at home after school and on the weekends. The gains she experienced in such a short time were exponential. She kept in contact for several more years and describes this student became one of the most accomplished students at her middle school. Cynthia has confidence that whatever she is doing now, she is doing it in an extraordinary way. Antoinette James, Salem High School. Antoinette has been teaching for 9 years, 6 of them in Rockdale County. She teaches American literature and enjoys dipping in and out of used bookstores, traveling with her family, and freelance writing. She is married and has a 16-year-old daughter. She says her most rewarding experience unfolded when a past student saved all of her graded freshman English papers and gave it to her as a gift. This was a non-native English-speaking student who worked hard at building an impressive vocabulary and at using her incredible storytelling voice. This student is now a proficient writer. Christy Jones, Open Campus. Christy has been teaching 15 years and is in her 2nd year as the science teacher at Open Campus. As a child, she would play school with her cousins and was always the teacher. She said the adults knew she would be a teacher, but she never thought much about it and pursued a biology degree in college. An advisor suggested getting certified to teach science, and in doing her practical work, she found that she loved working with students and finally felt her passion for teaching. In her spare time, she loves to read, travel, work in her garden, and exercise. She says that seeing and talking to past students and knowing that they are living successful lives and are doing well in society is what she considers the most rewarding experience of her teaching career. Charlene Laverne, Sims Elementary School. Charlene has been teaching for over 25 years and is currently an early intervention specialist. She loves learning and enjoys spending time reading and doing crossword and Sudoku puzzles. She has learned to knit, crochet, and even juggle. She and her husband of 39 years have 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and 4 granddogs. She is proud of completing her master and specialist degrees while her own children were enrolled in college. As she looks back at her career in education, she says she is very proud of developing a love of reading in many students. She says most people know that she has a never give up philosophy and remarks, "I love what I do." Alvinette Malsby, CJ Hicks Elementary. Alvinette has been teaching for 21 years and has been teaching 5th grade at CJ Hicks for the last 5. She says her parents valued education, and she was fortunate enough to have many role models who were great educators. She began her teaching career as a junior in high school when she taught her first Sunday school class. In her spare time, she likes reading, traveling, shopping, and spending time with family and friends. She says the most rewarding experience in her teaching career is the success of many students. Throughout the years, she has supported students by attending their graduation festivities. Recently, she supported a former student who graduated from law school. Dr. Rochelle Muenen, Edwards Middle School. Rochelle is in her 9th year teaching, and for the last 3 years has been teaching 6th grade earth science. She enjoys scrapbooking, traveling, trying out new recipes, and reading. She also loves to hang out with her family and friends. She has been married for 5 years to her brother's best friend, and they have a 1-year-old son. She says her most rewarding experiences include when those light bulb moments happen and the reluctant student is able to become the enthusiastic teacher. Cara, Alik, Honey Creek Elementary. Cara teaches 5th grade and is in her 10th year of teaching in America. In the midst of her teaching in America, she spent 2 years teaching English in China. She says she went to the other side of the world just to realize how much she loves teaching in American public schools. She loves to watch basketball, especially the University of North Carolina, and travels 2 to 3 times a year to Chapel Hill just to watch them play. Her students have behaviors they are expected to display daily in and around the classroom. So she says it is only fair that she also has behaviors that her students hold her accountable for, and they get to grade her for the day as well. She says one of her most rewarding experiences was receiving all S+ on her personal behavior sheet. But she considers her greatest accomplishments to be the success of her students. Stephen Pepra, Alpha Academy. Stephen has been teaching for 32 years, and he has been teaching math for the past 4. In his spare time, he enjoys watching sports on television and playing ping pong. He and his wife of 31 years have 3 boys, 2 are working, and 1 is still in college. He says he likes seeing his students enjoy math and finds it very rewarding when former students come back to say thank you. Sabrina Gartrell Peters, Memorial Middle School. Sabrina has been teaching for 12 years and is currently a 6th grade science teacher, instructional lead teacher of science, and administrative assistant at Memorial Middle School. She loves to read magazines, be amongst friends, and watch her 2 children participate in recreational sports. She says her most rewarding experience comes when she's in public and former students recognize her, and she sees that they are leading successful lives. She states, "It assures me of my living and teaching not being in vain." Heather Pittman, Conyers Middle School. Heather has been teaching 4 years and currently teaches 7th and 8th grade science. She likes to read, swim, and hang out with family and friends. She has been married for 22 years and says she has loved her husband since the 7th grade. I knew that would get an awe. Here's another one. They have 3 adult daughters and recently became proud grandparents to baby Cameron. She says her most rewarding experiences are to hear students say to her, "I was always bad at science and hated it. Now I love it. It is my favorite subject, and I want to be a doctor or some kind of scientist when I'm older." Kathleen Ruff, Shoal Creek Elementary. Kathleen has been teaching for 6 years, all of which have been in kindergarten. This year, she became grade level chair, and in 2007-2008 was named the Rockdale County Public Schools Technology Teacher of the Year. She is a huge sports fan and loves to cheer on the Pittsburgh Steelers. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, spending time with family and friends, and playing with her dog that was named after Hines Ward. She says she considers every day to be rewarding. The smiling faces that walk through her classroom, their excitement and eagerness to learn, that's what makes it the best. She feels like she has the best job in the world. Allison Yeomans, Rockdale County High School. Allison is in her 5th year of teaching and is currently in learning support, co-teaching in 9th grade math classes with one study skills class. She co-taught in biology her first year, then moved to math, which she says is her true love for teaching. She loves to spend time with her family, watching her 2 young boys play baseball, going to the beach, and reading when time allows. She and her husband of 11 years are expecting their 3rd child. She says the most rewarding experiences are when students come to see her after they are graduated or moved out of her class. She states, "When they remember me, my class, my teachings, my lessons, etc., I know I have made an impression, and I am grateful for the impact I had in their lives. I feel that I wasn't led to be a teacher just to teach. I was called to mentor, nurture, and empower these students, and they forever touch my heart." Kim White, J.H. House Elementary. Kim has been teaching for 14 years and was a parapro for 1 year before she began teaching. She taught 2nd grade for 10 years and has been teaching 1st grade for the past 4. She loves spending time with her family and enjoys gardening and photography. She and her husband of 12 years have a 9-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son. She says her most rewarding experience is having students that she taught in the 1st or 2nd grade come back to visit when they are in middle school, high school, or even when they are in college. She loves to hear all about what they have accomplished. Please join me in congratulating our honorees. At this time, I will ask our board chairman, Mr. Wells Barksdale, to join us at the podium.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Rockdale County Board of Education, I would like to welcome you to the program tonight and say thank you to all who play a role in the education of our children. I have a great respect and admiration for those who have the talent, passion, and patience to teach our children. William Arthur Ward once said, "The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires." It is evident to me that we're among great teachers tonight who inspire their students to reach farther than they ever thought they could. To each of our honored teachers, we're truly grateful that you have chosen Rockdale County to share your gift and passion to teach. Now I'll ask Ms. Ball to introduce our 3 finalists.
Thank you, Mr. Barksdale. Now, all of our honorees and finalists are in alphabetical by last name, if you haven't figured that out. So there's no, we haven't announced any winner by any order or anything like that, so hold on to your seats. The time is yet to come. Our first finalist, Amy Autry, Lorraine Elementary School. And by the way, Miss Autry is no relation to our superintendent, Mr. Richard Autry. I know you all were wondering that. Amy has been teaching for 14 years, 12 of them in Rockdale County. She has always taught children with severe and profound intellectual disabilities. She began her teaching career in Appling County as a high school teacher and since quickly discovered that she would rather teach at the elementary level since most of her students were taller than her. In her spare time, she volunteers as the children's director at Zion Baptist Church in Covington. She is also working on earning a Master of Divinity degree from New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. She enjoys reading historical fiction books and spending time with family. She and her husband have been married for 13 years, and they have a daughter in middle school, a son in elementary, and a 3-year-old son who she says keeps them on their toes. She says it is hard to pinpoint one particular event or experience that stands out in her career because all of her students have severe disabilities. Each small success they have is extremely rewarding. She believes the most rewarding experience is when a student who has never spoken or communicated before finds his voice and is able to express himself for the very first time. It doesn't matter if these words come from the child's actual voice or a communication device. The smile on the child's face is the same as he learns that his thoughts and feelings can be expressed and understood by his parents, teachers, and peers. Our next finalist, Kathleen King, or Katie King as we know, from Davis Middle School. Katie is in her 14th year of teaching visual arts. She taught 7 years in DeKalb County and has been at Davis Middle School since it opened 7 years ago. She recently was recognized by the Woodruff Arts Center as an education leader in visual arts. Katie is a very busy person in and out of school. During the summer and breaks, she spends her days teaching Creative Kids Camp at Emory's Oxford College, directing and teaching enrichment camp at Rockdale Career Academy, volunteering at the Old Town Conyers Gallery, and coordinating art exhibits. She participates in numerous arts and crafts shows throughout the school year, such as the Old Town Fall Festival, Candler Park Summerfest, and Decatur Arts Festival, to name just a few. Her hobby is creating funky, bright, colorful gourd birds. Say that fast 10 times. From the gourds that she grows on her farm. She and her husband have been married for 6 years. They have a Great Dane named Winnie, a Dalmatian named Bailey, 2 hermit crabs, and 2 cats, Samantha and Daisy. She says the most rewarding educational experience was earning her National Board certification in middle school visual arts. She says, going through this process allowed me to challenge myself as an educator and reflect upon my teaching to be the best teacher possible for my students. She says her background is deeply rooted in the arts and reflects her upbringing by her parents, who were also both educators. She had the pleasure of working in DeKalb County with both of her parents and says her parents inspired her to become the art teacher she is today. Kimberly Davis, Heritage High School. Kimberly has been teaching business education for all 7 years of her teaching career. In her spare time, she likes to spend time with family, go shopping, and go on family vacations. She loves to go to restaurants and try new types of food and has taken up couponing as her new hobby. She and her college sweetheart have been married for 5 years. They have 1 baby boy who is 20 months and enjoys playing on the iPad. They also have a dog named Billy, who she says brings life to the family. She says the most rewarding experiences of her teaching career are when students come back to visit and say the words that every teacher loves to hear. I would have not made it without you. She says other rewarding experiences include when students make you the godmother of their children, send you college graduation invitations, thank you letters for no reason, or when students just beg you to sign them up for your class. She says the ultimate greatness is when parents say thank you for being a positive role model in their child's life. She enjoys mentoring and working with young adolescent girls as they transition from a teenager into a young adult. Because of this, she started a mentorship through dance program at her school that has been going strong for the last 7 years. Education runs in her family, and she credits her mom, a special education teacher for 35 years, as the reason she became a teacher. Please join me in congratulating our 3 finalists. Honorees, I hope you will accept our thanks tonight for all of your excellence and for the example you set for your peers and your students. Every person in the audience and the guests on stage are here because we celebrate you and the work that you do every day. So, it's your turn to relax and enjoy. To become Rockdale County's Teacher of the Year is not an easy task. There's a lot of work involved. Following their selection as school-level Teacher of the Year, these honorees completed a comprehensive application that addressed reasons for becoming a teacher, their philosophy of teaching, education trends and issues, and the teaching profession as a whole. 3 judges reviewed the applications, and the 3 teachers who received the highest cumulative scores were named finalists and moved to the 2nd level of judging. Our judges then visited our finalists for interviews and classroom observations before selecting the County Teacher of the Year. This is always a tough decision because all of our teachers are so great. Our judges this year were Cindy Helms, 2004 Georgia Teacher of the Year finalist and 2003 Walton County Teacher of the Year, Andrea Nelson, 2007 Rockdale County Teacher of the Year, and Jimmy Jordan, Membership Services Representative for the Professional Association of Georgia Educators. I would like to ask our judges to please stand and be recognized. At this time, I would like to welcome Katie Martin and Patricia Clark, members of the Salem High School Chorus, to come sing For Good from the musical Wicked. Thank you for that wonderful performance. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Marion Hanahan, our 2011 Teacher of the Year, to join us at the podium.
It has been a very humbling experience representing Rockdale County as Teacher of the Year. I spent the past year trying to justify how I deserve this award. It's taken me a year to realize we all deserve it. This award reflects our love for students and our commitment to keep the focus on them of everything we do. I congratulate all of you sitting on the stage tonight. With the recent changes in education, it could be easy to lose the true focus of our profession. But you are here because of your passion and love to improve the lives of your students. I have some advice for the finalists. Last year, I was sitting in the middle, and I prepared myself to turn to my right or left depending on whose name was called. However, I had not prepared myself to hear my name. The cameras don't wait, so have your winner face prepared as well. Also, please be prepared to moderate the Rockdale County Spelling Bee. I tried to warn them. They didn't want a South Alabama boy pronouncing difficult words, but they didn't listen. In all seriousness, you have dedicated your lives to your students. However, tonight is all about you. Thank you for all the hard work for the students of Rockdale County. Enjoy it, and you deserve it. Thank you very much for this experience.
And at this time, I will turn the program over to our superintendent.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, families and friends, and esteemed colleagues, thank you for being here tonight as we honor a select group of people who represent excellence in teaching. These teachers choose to make a difference in our future by empowering students to shape their own future. This has become more challenging during a time of drastic change in technology, curriculum, and society in general. Yet these teachers find ways to connect with every student and inspire them to learn. They must be creative with their instruction, using smart boards with the World Wide Web, iPads, iPhones, applications, and podcasts just to keep pace with this high-powered generation. They continue their own learning as the curriculum changes and demands of the profession become greater than ever before. They are compassionate and nurturing, realizing that every child is unique. Teachers play a critical role in our future, and as Henry Brooks Adams once said, a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. As superintendent, I'm proud to recognize our honorees tonight who truly deserve our appreciation for their hard work and dedication. They represent many subject areas and grade levels, from our young elementary learners to middle school art, special education, science, broadcast video production, just to name a few. With so many amazing educators in our midst, it's very difficult to narrow the field to one Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. We would like to recognize all of them for their efforts, but the Teacher of the Year criteria demands that we find those that stand out the most. Before we give our new Teacher of the Year the podium, we will ask her principal to say a few words. And now the moment you've been waiting for, the 2012-13 Rockdale County Teacher of the Year is Miss Amy Autry.
Good evening. I am David Ray, principal of Lorraine Elementary School, and I feel honored and excited to stand before you today to recognize Miss Amy Autry, the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. She began her teaching career as a special education teacher in Baxley, Georgia, and then joined the Flat Shoals Elementary faculty a few years later. Lorraine was then very fortunate to have Miss Autry join our faculty in 2005. As a teacher of the severely and profoundly impaired students from all across Rockdale County, Mrs. Autry offers enormous amounts of love and compassion daily. Mrs. Autry's character is evident by the manner in which she handles herself with her special needs students. She rejoices and celebrates when her students accomplish tasks that may seem insignificant to us, but are monumental for them. Mrs. Autry exemplifies traits that demonstrate she is not simply a teacher, but she's one who is answering a calling. She has a gift in teaching special needs children. This evening is not only about Mrs. Autry, but this is an opportunity for her and for us to celebrate the beautiful children in her classroom. In our SID, PID classrooms, we have children who have all types of disabilities and all types of needs that go far beyond the needs of the general education population. In the words of a colleague, Miss Autry is over the top qualified. Not only must she have knowledge of the regular education curriculum, but she must also have the skill and ability to adapt the curriculum standards and her instruction to fit the ability levels of individual students. Miss Autry must be equally adept at providing basic needs and medical attention for her students. She is trained in a multitude of medical and feeding protocols. The students and parents in Miss Autry's class become her extended family. In many cases, she teaches the same students for 6 years. Mrs. Autry nurtures her students and willingly partners with their parents to assist them in raising their child. She goes above and beyond the call of duty each and every day. Mrs. Autry is dedicated to challenging her students with high expectations and does so through a variety of assistive technologies. Watching Mrs. Autry utilize the Active Board and iPad technology with her students is amazing as students respond and perform in unprecedented ways. Behavior modification and classroom management is mandatory in her role, yet she is still the extender of God's grace, love, patience, and self-control. Miss Autry, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud to call you the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Probably should have paid more attention to when I wrote this speech. I am overwhelmed and honored and very surprised to represent the incredible teachers of Rockdale County this year, 2012. I want to thank the friends and colleagues at Lorraine for their nomination and support through this process. It almost sounds cliche, but to say that the staff at Lorraine is like a family, but that's what they are. They surround you at every moment in celebration and in trials. Every day they show me how much they believe in educating all students regardless of ability level. I am blessed to be part of such an amazing school. I also want to thank Dr. Ray and Sandy King for their support and encouragement. I cannot express what it means to have an administration that not only supports their special needs students, but are willing to go above and beyond to help students learn. I am a very small part of an amazing team of special educators in Rockdale County. Our learning support team and those in SID PID work extremely hard to find innovative ways to help our children learn. Every day it is an honor to work alongside the best teachers in the business. I also want to thank my family, my husband Jason, who has picked up the slack a lot of nights when I came home
only to spend a long time on a computer writing an IEP or researching the latest method to teach, or when I was just too exhausted to move. He has supported me and encouraged me through every twist and turn that my career has taken. I also want to thank my parents. They have encouraged me and supported me in the most difficult times. Most importantly, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior for every day giving me the strength and determination to not give up on these kids. There's no doubt in my mind that God called me to teach children with special needs years ago. Although there have been many times I wanted to give up, He has continually supplied everything I needed to continue the work at hand. People ask me all the time why I chose to teach children with severe disabilities. The answer is the kids. Every day I get the opportunity to walk into a classroom and work with students who our society believes are unable to learn. I know different. I know that inside every child is the desire and ability to learn. It may not look the same or even be at the same level as what most would consider normal, but they are still learning, and I'm amazed as I watch students continually achieve what once seemed impossible. My first year teaching, I had a student who, because of confidentiality, I will call John. John had severe autism, and he was in the 9th grade. He was over 6 feet tall, and he was a really big guy. When John began high school, there was one issue. He was extremely obsessive about his feet not touching the lines in the linoleum tile floor. Now, in elementary school, this probably wouldn't be a problem, but because he was a high schooler, his feet were bigger than the squares. So we had to figure out a way how to get him the 50 feet so from where the hallway began to my classroom. I remember him trying to carefully tiptoe and place his gigantic foot in each tiny square. It would take him forever to get down the hall to where he could get to his desk. After months of watching this process, we laid a long strip of bulletin board paper along the hallway. This was actually a Parapros idea because we love our Parapros. Because it covered up the lines, he ran down the hallway, excited to get to his desk to learn. John taught me that my job as an educator is not only to teach the basic subjects, it's to help my students discover a path that will ultimately lead them to their success. And that's what we all do. We all every day lay the path for our students to do what's necessary to get them to learn. The path oftentimes looks different. It most likely will require adaptations. It certainly requires an out-of-the-box approach, a lot of work, but the result is the same, and students will achieve success. I am blessed to work with these students every day and their families. I watch them constantly struggle to overcome insurmountable difficulties in order to learn, and they are learning to communicate, read, add, subtract, write, access technology, and the list could go on. They are my heroes. And it is because of them that I can enter the classroom each day. As Paul wrote to the church in Philippi, not that I have already attained or I am already perfected, but I press on that I may lay hold to that which Christ Jesus had laid hold of me. Thank you again for the opportunity to represent Rockdale County, and for the chance to showcase some of the incredible learning opportunities that are happening in our program. I am thankful to be part of such an amazing team of teachers, staff, parapros, therapists, administrators, and the list goes on. Thank you again.
And now, for the fun part, I get to present gifts. And I'm going to begin with a proclamation by the Board of Commissioners of Rockdale County. I'm going to spare you all this big, long paper and start about halfway. Whereas the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year is selected by a panel of judges based on responses to questions from a written application, performance in the classroom, during an on-site evaluation by judges, and answers to questions during a face-to-face interview with the judges. And whereas Amy Autry, special education teacher at Lorraine Elementary School, was selected by the judges as the Rockdale County Teacher of the Year for the 2012-2013 school year. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Board of Commissioners, do hereby salute Mrs. Autry and proclaim Tuesday, November 13th, 2012 as Amy Autry Day. We are extremely fortunate to have the support of many businesses and organizations who are listed on the back of your program to help us show our appreciation for our Teachers of the Year. A few of these sponsors are amongst us tonight, and I ask that you join me in a round of applause to recognize the support of all of our wonderful sponsors. You may have seen the gift bags in front of the stage, so I'm going to share with you what's in those. Each honoree will receive a gift bag that includes a commemorative plaque from Coca-Cola, a Be Our Guest card from Chick-fil-A, a free menu item from Shane's Rib Shack, a 1-month membership to LA Fitness to work off some stress, a sweet treat from Cakes and Desserts Cafe, a 30-minute massage, lipid profile, and gift items from Rockdale Medical Center. We do care about your health and well-being. A tote bag from Barnes & Noble, a $5 gift card from Schoolbox, a $10 gift card from Cowan Ace Hardware, a $25 gift card to Target from Cannon Financial Strategists, and a $50 American Express gift check. Not so bad. In addition, our finalists will also receive a tote bag from Designer Shoe Warehouse, an Omaha Steaks gift certificate from Mutual of Omaha, a $50 American Express gift card from Muenen, a $50 Visa gift card from New Vision Financial, and a $50 Target card from Cannon Financial Strategists. Now, in addition to that, I'll tell you about the special ones in a minute. In addition, our Teacher of the Year's gift bag includes a gift basket from Fidelity Bank, a fragrance gift basket from Belk, a 3-month membership to LA Fitness, a $100 Visa gift card from New Vision Financial, and a $100 Target gift card from Cannon Financial Strategists. We also have a few special gifts to present. The Foundation for Excellence in Education has supported the teachers of Rockdale County for over 20 years. Each year, teachers are given the opportunity to apply for mini grants to support innovative teaching in the classroom. In addition, the Foundation for Excellence in Education supports our finalists and Teacher of the Year with a monetary gift. On behalf of the Foundation, I would like to present each finalist with a check for $100 and the Teacher of the Year a check for $500. And I'll give those to you in just a minute. There's more. And just in time for Thanksgiving, we are pleased to present each finalist with a $250 Kroger gift card, and we're all going to the Teacher of the Year's house for Thanksgiving because she gets a $500 Kroger gift card. And that is courtesy of the Kroger Company, in addition to some extra nice gift baskets, which are down on the floor. And finally, to help our Teacher of the Year relax a little, we're sending her for 3 days and 2 nights to the luxurious King and Prince Resort on St. Simon's Island. Can you use that? And we will provide a substitute on the Friday of her choice to give her an early start. Again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for their generosity and continued support of this program. In addition, I would like to thank all of the Rockdale County Public Schools staff who worked hard to provide such a wonderful evening, along with Rockdale County GAE for supporting the reception tonight. A special thank you to our students performing tonight, and our Memorial Middle School Jazz Band, who you will see during our reception. I'd also like to recognize my broadcast video intern, Madison, along with Mr. Dinsmore and Mr. White for all their hard work, and their streaming this live over the internet for us tonight, for family and friends who could not be here. Now I will ask Mr. Autry to join us with closing remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Ball. I, too, would like to thank all the people that made this celebration a special night for all of our Teachers of the Year. We appreciate the support of our community members and family members. Teachers, I'm so proud to have you as part of our team in Rockdale County Public Schools, and I challenge you to continue to excel. Thank you for making our children your priority. We invite everyone to join us for a reception in the Commons area. Thank you so much for coming to this great event to celebrate our teachers in Rockdale County Public Schools. Thank you, and have a good evening.